Merry Christmas, all of you. My name is Zachary Conan, and as some of you may know, yes, I am Jewish, but we do get festive. And don't try to tell me that Christmas is about Christianity. No, it's about beer bottle caps, plastic penises, and of course, our angel, the Pope of Filth, the King of Trash, John Waters, the Angel. Now, it's really cool because just a few days ago, my girlfriend and I, we actually got to go see John Waters himself talk about Christmas, talk about all sorts of things, the movie industry, Hollywood, about queerness, about anarchy. And it just reinforced, I've always loved John Waters, and it reinforced my love for him. I've missed him so much. Because John Waters, yes, he is the Pope of Filth, the King of Trash. He and Divine are the saints of all misfits out there. All misfit cinephiles out there should pray to the sainthoods, to the sanctity, to the beauty of John Waters and, of course, Divine. And I love John Waters so much, and he was very funny. He talked about all sorts of things, all sorts of different things. I love the people that John Waters attracts to his shows. He always draws the best audience. You got queer kids, you got trans kids, non-binary kids, you got punk kids, you got old queens, you got people just dressed up like Christmas trees running around. You have old fag hags. You have all this shit there. You have like maybe the old school bohemians or something. If there ever was a bohemian scene in Orlando, which I like truly doubt, but these bitches are definitely like dabbling in watercolor or something. I don't know what they're doing, but it was a very interesting crowd and I loved it. And I loved seeing John Waters speak. And people like Lloyd Kaufman will always be brought up in the same breath as John Waters. Although, talent-wise and statement-wise, they couldn't be more unalike. Lloyd Kaufman is, to me, very uninspiring. Troma is fun, but I've read Lloyd Kaufman's books. He actually thinks that he is making good films. That's what he actually thinks. John Waters, he doesn't hate Hollywood. He doesn't hate opulence, he doesn't hate prettiness, but he finds the filth, he finds the garbage in all of it. And almost ironically, or with a lot of self-awareness, puts that filth, that shit on a pedestal and forces a drag queen to just eat it on a sidewalk. And kind of vomit it back out at you in his very strange, beyond postmodernist, and his very anarchistic way. John Waters is the closest thing we have to a true classical anarchist. That is still living and still at least involved with film. Even though he hasn't made a movie in a while, you got to do a little Q&A afterwards, and I got to ask John Waters, hey, I think your last film was like a Dirty Shame. You guys remember that? With Selma Blair and Johnny Knoxville back in the day? When will you make another one? And he's like, books make more money now. And they say to go on Kickstarter, but look, I own 3 fucking houses. I don't need to be on Kickstarter. Which is also a bit of integrity, because when I think of John Waters, I think of a person who has so much integrity and so much of a place of import in my heart. He's so important to me. I really do love what he stands for. He stands for filth, he stands for trash, he stands for making film a threat. as he said at his show that I just watched, Divine wasn't trying to pass as a woman, she was trying to pass as Godzilla. She wanted to give hippies nightmares. We need to make film a threat again, or at least constantly make sure that film is an intimidating and challenging thing. I don't want my artists to be clean. I don't want my artists to not have any skeletons in their closet. I don't want my artists to be people I feel like I can actually touch and understand in 2 seconds. I don't want my artists to be Boy or Girl Scouts. I don't want anything like that. I want my artists to be very dangerous, very damaged, very deranged. I want them to be that special percentile of the human race that can actually tell stories and express themselves in a way that millions of people want to hear, or else they're just like all of us fucking other people. And they shouldn't be. You can't tell me that someone like John Waters is average in any sort of way. John Waters is kind of is a hero. Should be a hero to all film misfits. All misfits of any walks of life, actually. but especially to cinephile misfits. And he even does demonstrate artistry in his films. He definitely has some Pasolini, even Bertolucci. He has kind of glimpses into those kind of films, but he is still that kid who snuck binoculars so he could view the drive-in movie screen, so we could watch Herschel Gordon Lewis's Blood Feast and 2000 Maniacs. He's still that kid who thought that that was high art, that that was entertainment, that it made people throw up, and he could see them throw up through his binoculars, and he wanted to recreate that. He wanted to make the world filthy again. He wanted to make the art world meaningful again. And you can't just constantly... That's what's so gross about what's going on with film lately. It's about making it safe. It's about making it sanitary. It's about taking all of the dangerous elements within art house and exiling them. And getting rid of them, burying them, acting like they never existed, rewriting history. About making sure that everyone who makes a film is some sort of fucking dapper young gentleman or filling some sort of social quota. Fuck that. Make the world afraid of you, afraid of what you're going to do with your film. Because that's all you can do now. There is pretty, we have pretty, there are statements, there are social statements. Make film a threat. Make film dangerous. I never realized how much I missed John Waters until I went and watched him talk, man. It was so great. I hope you guys have a good Christmas. I'm not necessarily sure what you guys do for Christmas. We normally just get Chinese food because that's like the only places that are open besides convenience stores or whatever. I hope you guys have a good Christmas, spend it with your family, do cool things, you know, whatever. I hope it's not too cold. I live in Florida, but it is cold right now, and we don't have any central heat whatsoever, so it is freezing. As you can see, my little bogey boy is curled up on a blanket. He's got himself a bone and a pickle because he's living the good life. He's living the good life right now. And shit. And of course I'm watching the YouTubes because I'm trying to get some traction on the YouTubes. That's one of my New Year's goals next year. Like, go big or go home. Go broke. Try to get some sort of traction next year because, you know, I really don't have too much. I don't know, maybe YouTube needs to be made a threat again. I'm sick of this complacency. I'm sick of this normality. I'm sick of just acting so safe. I'm sick of all of it. I'm sick of filmmakers making their nice, pretty art films about sexuality, about gender norms, about, I don't know, oh, God, just about all the nauseating fucking topical shit that they wish was topical, but they're just digging up old bones. No, I want people to be afraid again. People aren't afraid of queer kids when they go and watch Moonlight. Alright? People were afraid of drag queens, though, when they watched Polyester, when they watched Desperate Living and Female Trouble. They were fucking afraid of the LGBT community. And I'm just thinking back to those movies, and they're fucking hilarious. And I don't care if it doesn't paint a good face for a certain sect of people. Because fuck you if you thought it was that gross in the first place. John Waters says, no, let's live up to every nasty stereotype they have. Let's say, yes, we do convert people. You know, yes, we do drink blood. We are Satanists. We are awful people. We do sodomize the young. Just say whatever you can. Just fuck everybody. Make film a threat again. But let's keep Christmas holy, you guys. Let's keep Christmas nice. Let's not go too crazy on the old Christmas here. God, what a weird video, but I had to put it out because I wanted to talk about John Waters at least in some way at some time. So I figured I'd do it now. I have no idea what happened to this video. No, the point is that John Waters is amazing. We got to see him talk. We got to speak with him. He's wonderful. If you ever get a chance to watch the living legend speak, definitely do that. And also, don't be a safe cinephile. Don't be someone who just maintains the status quo. When you say, fuck the man, say that because it's what you believe, no matter who that man happens to be. Because fuck every social norm, and fuck every new social norm they build in place of the old. Fuck the status quo, always. And with that, Merry Christmas. Me and this beagle here, we're going to enjoy Christmas, and we hope that you do too. Yeah, I think this video's gone on long enough. These unscripted ones, I have no clue what I'm going to say. And I'm sorry, I can't edit this video because where I'm at right now, I don't have any sort of editing software. I'm going to have to upload it directly from my phone. Or else I would do some neat little John Waters overlays or split screens or whatever. I don't know. I love John Waters though, man. Make film a threat again. Do it. In 2019, make film a threat. Make film lovers, make cinephiles something fucking cool to be, rather than wannabe incels or something. I don't know what's become of us, but if you look at any of our communities, it looks pretty fucking stupid. Pretty fucking dumb. It's either ultra elitist, or it is so socially inept to the point of, oh yes, they're all these people are actually legitimately off their medications. And not in the good way. Make film a threat again. Make being a cinephile cool again. Make being a misfit. Make it about being a misfit. And not about wanting to be accepted. Because that's the bad part, I think. Because all misfits now, my generation, are the kind of misfits who are like, you must accept us. You must take us in as your own. There's nothing wrong with us. Whereas John Waters, his view of misfits is, fuck you if you don't accept us. We don't want you to accept us. The closer you get to accepting us, the farther away we'll get from you, and the more we will make you repulsed by us. Because fuck you. The whole point of us is because you're you. Be a little bit more rebellious next year. My name's Zachary Conan. Have a wonderful holiday.